We'll give this here a try. Just my angle of approach. Might be better if I raise the flaps back here a little bit. We just got back from church service. It's probably one of the most amazing church services I've been in a long time, and oddly enough, it was under the pier here at the campground. Real nice young preacher, and he, preached a message. It was pretty simple. He's talking about how if you pay attention to the news or any number of things, like I know a lot of y'all people don't watch the news because you've told me that, and I don't either. I don't watch a lot of TV unless I pick out a show and watch it. Then you hear about all the bad things that happen, but in reality, people in the world are pretty dang nice. People you meet are pretty dang nice, and if you're not walking around being scared of everybody or everything because you've seen something bad that happened somewhere in the world on the news, you can find that life is awesome, and that is true for me. And Trish, and we've been talking a lot on this trip because I never expected to be this well off, and what I mean by that is we got everything we want. I'm retired, I don't have to go off to work, I don't have to worry about that stuff. I'm sitting here looking out the window at the beach. We live in a home that's paid for. It's a mobile home, it's a rolling home, it's an RV, but it's paid for. And God's just been good to us, and I have been the prodigal son. If any of y'all ever read much in the Bible, there's a story about this young feller who he wanted to go out and sow his wild oats, and he asked his dad to give him whatever he might have coming in an inheritance, and he took it all, went out and blew it, having a big time. I sort of did the poor man's version of that. My dad didn't have enough. If Dad gave me half everything he had, it would have been half or nothing, but I went out and hit the road, ran hard, drove a trailer truck. It's kind of the over-the-road version of being homeless. When you live in a trailer truck, you don't really have a home after a while because most of the folks back home forget about you. You don't make friends that you can keep up with on the road because everybody's moving around. And you live in a cab of a truck that's about, half the size of a Volkswagen. And it's just all about going and going. And that's kind of what I was all about. I was all about going and going. Having been homeless in a lot of ways and doing without and just working hard all my life and seemingly having nothing, it amazes me that God has brought me to a place where I feel like I'm the richest person in the world. And Trish, too, we talk about that a lot. It's like God just took care of us. And God does take care of us. And I just want to express that this morning, just because I don't maybe get to do that a whole lot, or I don't do it a whole lot. Honey baby just came in. She caught me preaching. I was just telling everybody on YouTube.
To stop.
I was just telling everybody on YouTube about how good a care God has taken of us, and just
You're going to speak.
I was just speaking about that. You want to throw in your? I just tell them how neither one of us ever expected to be as blessed and fortunate as we are, and
absolutely.
Here we
God
are.
has guided us this entire trip. It pays not to have plans and let God just take you where He wants us to go. And that's what He's done.
Yeah.
He's taken us where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's guided every step of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I could go into that part of this too. We started this trip trying to figure out, well, first of all, Trish always said she wanted to see the country. And my thought, well, we'll go all over the country and let her see the country, and then we'll figure out somewhere we want to be. Well, time and time again, we have not had a plan, and we've wound up somewhere and looked around and thought, man, this is amazing that we're here, and we couldn't have planned this any better. And that's like how we came to be here. But we've come to the place where we said, why do we need to go anywhere else? This is it. We don't need to go out west, and we don't need to go anywhere else. This is the place that we want to be, and save ourselves a lot of gas and a lot of driving and a lot of everything else. Here in about a week, we're going to go home, and first we got to run out to, well, there's a lot of things we got to do. We're going to try to fit into about a week, but it's going to be a quick traveling week. But then we're going to be home till after the holidays, and after we do our taxes, then we're going to hit the road again. This might be our new summer home right here, living in the camper somewhere on the beach. Winter homes. Maine is awesome. Summers in Maine are awesome. And I still got some antique cars. I love to work on them during the summertime. People out doing car shows, that's great. It's a great place to be in the winter. I don't know what we're going to do here other than enjoy life. But, you know, God's brought us to this place. Oh, we went to a church service this morning. One of the awesomest sermons I ever heard, and it was pretty unsermony kind of a sermon, but it really touched, you know, base with us on everything we've been thinking about, how good God is to us. So I was just going to share that this morning. I've already gone over my limit. I know you guys are already looking at your watches and wanting to get out on the foyer and smoke your Winstons. No, that's what they used to say in the Baptist church. Some of you deacons, you can't wait to get out there and dump their pocket like they had a cigarette. Yeah, get out there and light up that Winston. So anyway, see y'all. Have a nice day. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
I know there's an off button here somewhere.